What's going on, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to another episode of the FragranceDoud live stream. I've been away for a couple weeks again. I mean, I have been getting videos in finally, but I hope that you guys are all doing fantastic. I got a new setup behind me, as you guys can tell. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. I think the last time I went live was 2 weeks ago, so it's actually not that long. With that said, make sure on your way in you hit the like button. It helps out. I know a lot of people don't think it does, but just please hit the like. It puts it on the algorithm, and if you're not subscribed and you like this live stream or any of my content, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We're at 9,400 subscribers, so we're getting close to 10,000, so I appreciate you guys. I still haven't decided on what I'm doing for my, what's it called? For the giveaway for the 10,000 subscribers. I know one of two things it's going to be, but we're going to figure that out. With that said, today my scent of the day, I started out with this. It's Louis Vuitton's Pacific Chill. And then I sprayed on Summer Hammer about 25 minutes ago because I was just testing that out. But we got a lot of fragrances to talk about. Pacific Chill, basically, it's apricot. It has this beautiful like peach apricot note. It's green. It is very fresh and clean, but at the same time, it's fruity. Very, very beautiful fragrance. It's my favorite one from Louis Vuitton's house. It's close as a 10 as you can get, for me at least. But anyway, what are y'all saying in here? I saw King Elias in there. Thumbnail. I actually looked at my thumbnail after I posted it, and I was like, there's a lot of very attractive fragrances on that thumbnail. So I completely understand what you mean. What's up, AS? Hello, dude, and all scent of the day is Chanel Allure Homme Cologne Sport. The only one Allure Homme Sport Cologne, I think is what he meant. Have a great live. I'll watch the replay. Thank you so much, AS. I appreciate it. And yeah, hit the like button. With that said, the cologne is the only one I haven't tried because they don't sell it in any of my stores, and I did not blind buy it, but I do want to. Giancarlo, what's going on, man? Today is Zara Chamanila. Never tried that one. I have a few Zaras, but that is not one of them. I have to go past my comments. Kevin from Lakeland, Florida. What's going on, my dude? Peacekeeper. Some of the day is Invictus Legend. What's going on, man? Hopefully you're having a great, fantastic day. Giancarlo is just saying what's up to him. And Newt, I just texted you and said I was going live, so I guess you already saw that. Scent of the day is Creed Aventus Cologne. Can't go wrong with that. Aventus Cologne is great. Sorry, I'm still getting used to all this stuff. Patrick's Life, what's up, man? Scent of the day is YSL YO Fresh. It's actually a really freaking good fragrance. Out of all of those cologne style fragrances out there for designers, it's one of my favorites. I actually like it better than Dior Homme Cologne. It has that juniper berry lemonade smell instead of like an actual just lemonade smell, and that's why I really enjoy it. And it has the Y DNA, which can't go wrong. He said, I think I'm losing some enthusiasm for the hobby, not even getting excited for new releases, just kind of mad to most of them. Hey, you got to find what you love, and if what is coming out, both niche, designer, and indie, I have found that the things that have been exciting me a lot lately have nothing to do with designer or niche. It has everything to do with indie. Every indie release that I have tried this year has been phenomenal, or at least like well above average to the point where I'm excited about it. I have been a bit burned out lately, but that was more because I had a family member pass away. So with that said, you need to find what you love. And so I would suggest diving into a little bit of the indie crowd. Like there's a brand new one coming out by Copperstill. It's called Shine Punch. It has like cherry and pineapple. And apparently from the people who have tried it, it comes out on August 1st. From the people who have tried it, they have said that it is better than Watermelon Shine. So, I mean, if that's the case, I'm telling you, you should just maybe try that out. Austin, what's going on, man? Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, my dude. Scent of the day is Slut Elixir. I tried the original Slut, like the original one, and I hated it. So, didn't have any interest. A lot of the Aaron Terrence Hughes I've tried. I mean, there was two, like Guapo and Maverick, that interested me, but for the most part, Aaron Terrence Hughes didn't do much for me, really. What's going on, Sean? Scent of the day is Opus Woods Symphony by Amouage. I actually have never tried that. I tried a lot of Amouages. There was like a 2-week period where I tried like 15 different Amouages, but that was not one of them. Slap that like, thank you. John C, what's going on, dude? Just saw you in the other live. Scent of the day is Floricu Between Two Trees. That's a very interesting name, both brand and name of this fragrance. Now to the shower wearing, now out of the shower, Diaz and Derja Italian Citrus. I've heard that one was very good. What's up, Joel? MFK Masculine Pluriel. I actually have a decant of that over there. I was going to put it in this live stream, but I already have too many to talk about. Before I get to the next one, I'm just going to let you guys know what I'm talking about today. We have BDK Citrus Riviera. We have a clone of 1 Million Prive, and it's called by Pendora scents, and it's called Milano Prive. And so 1 Million Prive is one of my favorite fragrances designer-wise, and it's discontinued, so hopefully it's good. And shout out to Jeff and Mo, who were the ones who sent me these decants. We have Kajal Aican, which I've heard really good things about. The next one is Curly Fragrances, Attraction Fatale. And yeah, that was with Ryziger, I think is the brand name. I have heard nothing about what the fragrance smells like. I've heard a lot about the fact that it's way overpriced, but I'll let you guys know that. If it's crap, if don't buy it, whatever. We have MFK Aqua Celestial Forte. I can't talk. This one I had to transfer into a decant. It's Summer Hammer. I'm going to talk about the creeds that I got in this week, which were Centaurus and triple aged Aventus Absolu. And then the last one, what the hell is this one? Oh, this is MFK Gentle Fluidity Gold. It just says Nordstrom, and I got it out of a Nordstrom card. I forgot. Yeah, it's Gentle Fluidity Gold, and I have tried silver, and I didn't like it. It has too much of a fishy smell in my skin. But with that said, I really enjoy. I really wanted to try the gold, and I knew nothing about it. I'm guessing it has something to do with the silver, but no idea. We'll figure that out soon. What's going on, John Michael Vernon? Scent of the day hasn't changed. Light blue EDT. Can't go wrong with light blue EDT, even though for me it's a little bit watered down, which is why I prefer the intense. But you can't go wrong. I mean, that's what brought about a lot of the good fragrances out there from Dolce & Gabbana. King Elias, condolences to you and your family. I appreciate that, man. Lost a couple of family members this year, too. Hang in there. You as well, buddy. Trying my best. Trying my best. I mean, that's all you can do, really. Peacekeeper wanted to try Southern Peach Tea, but they don't ship here. Yeah, Southern Peach Tea is a fantastic fragrance. I don't know if they sell it on eBay. I would maybe try there, but that's one that I feel like anybody should try out. I think you at least need to try out that fragrance. If you're gonna try something from the house, if you don't like fruity fragrances, then go with Outer Banks. If you're okay with fruity fragrances, that fragrance is great because it's not just fruity. There's a lot going on in it. I just sold my Guapo too much, like Sauvage and Fierce. Yeah, I didn't buy a bottle. That's why I'm just saying there's nothing about the fragrances that really did anything for me. Thank you, Newt. I appreciate you, buddy. What's up, Gian? How you doing, man? Hopefully you're having a fantastic evening as well. Showing love to everybody. All right, so Sean Conley said, I started to hit that meh feeling and switched to the Middle Eastern houses like Abdul Samad Al-Qurashi. I'm not even going to try them. You guys can read it. Way different from the Western style. Super interesting. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just switch it up to something different. And if you don't want to go the Middle Eastern route, indie is the closest thing that you can get. Because, I mean, indie is the new niche. It's really, you can't go wrong with a fragrance house that is legit making fragrances, almost some of them in their basement. So, I mean, you can't go wrong as far as uniqueness when it comes to indie fragrances, like Imaginary Authors. Try that house out. The short story collection. We have Copper Still. We have, why can't I think? Coastal Carolina Parfums. I mean, all three of those brands are doing fantastic. Welcome to Moe's. What's going on, man? Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. The Novice knows what's going on, dude. Hopefully you are having a great day as well. And I think we got to the bottom to where Mike is. What's going on, Mike? Fragrance Fraternity, go follow him. Scent of the day is Edgewater. It's so funny you said that because I was sending somebody a package today with some decants. And I said, I'm just going to throw in some random decants. And I just stuck my hand in my decant box and went like, what are we picking out today? And I picked out Edgewater. But yeah, that wasn't the bottom, by the way. It reloaded. Before we do, I want to tell you, so as you guys can tell, if you're at least been on my channel a few times, this is not the same background that I've had. I got a brand new thing during Amazon Prime Day because I ran out of room for fragrances. And I told you guys I wasn't going to go over 400 bottles, and that anytime I got to 400, I was just going to sell some away. Well, I decided to up that to 600, so this is going to hold about 800. So I'm it's almost filled actually now, but it has a lot more space. And then also, I have a neon guy that is creating a sign that has my logo, the FragranceDoud logo, and that's going to be in neon behind me. And then on my normal video that you guys see me out in the other room, I have a big thing of my logo that's like 3 foot tall by 1 foot, and that's going to be in my videos, but it's probably not going to be for another 2 months. They said they have a long list of people that they're making neons for, so it will change up, but that's the upcoming stuff for my channel if you guys were interested. Aquila Celestia Media is what I've been loving on my wife this summer. I'm gladly wear as well. Yeah, I haven't tried that one. I know the Forte I have over there, but I haven't got to it yet. A fishy smell. That's crazy how different smell is. Yeah, it's Gentle Fluidity Silver. A lot of people were talking about it, and then I started talking to a few of the people that are closer to me in the fragrance community, and they said, you need to try it out before you blind buy it, because that was my plan. I was just going to blind buy it with all the hype around it. Somebody was like, yeah, you shouldn't do that because I don't really like it. And I was like, me and you have the same taste, so fine. So somebody sent me, I think it was Newt sent me a decant of it, and then Jeff just sent me a decant of it. I just wanted to make sure that it was the same scent, because sometimes different batches, sometimes decants, and they were both of them. It came off a bit like fishy to me and my wife, so it wasn't something that I could personally wear. Light blue is very watered down, so I do like 10 to 12 sprays to help it out. There you go. I also have ISO E Super. I have pure ISO E Super spray underneath it when I want to wear light blue or something like that, and that helps it out a bit too. All right. Southern Peach Tea is nice. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's nice. Sorry for your loss. Thank you. I very much appreciate that, Patrick. Yeah, family is slowly recovering, so. Never tried Fougere d'Argent, but it's a smooth barbershop lavender. I just tried it out at Nordstrom the other day. It's not for me, but I can understand why people like it. Definitely Fougere-ish. Good evening, all. What's up, Sandy? How are you? It's late for you over there right now. I'm surprised you're in here, but I appreciate it. Mancera Vetiver Sensual for me today. Now that's a good, clean, fresh fragrance. Really enjoy it. Speak of the devil, there is Jeff from SoCal Scents. I promise I'm going to get to these fragrances at some point in time. We have an active chat, which, I mean, I can't complain about. But, all right, you guys are showing love. All right, 400, 600, what's the difference at that point? Yeah, I know. Considering John Carlo, not you, John C., but John Carlo. I used to get you too confused. But John Carlo has 2,500, so, I mean, I don't want... I have purchased over 1,000 fragrances in the last 2 years. It's just I sell a lot of those fragrances away because I do not like to have a large collection. I want to be able to wear my fragrances. I don't want to just have a collection where I literally don't know what I'm going to wear the next day. And I still have that issue with as many as I have right now, which is 408. But I still have that issue. It's not going to be good if I get to 2,500, and I could easily be there by next year or the year after. It's just I don't want to personally. It just doesn't work that way for me. Algonzo Limoncello, great lemon liquor scent. That's interesting. Lemon liquor sounds like what I wanted that Killian to be, but it wasn't. Yeah, Joel, I can't wait for it. I really can't wait for the neon. The big one looks good. No, it was fishy, Newt. It came off fishy on me. And I looked at the note breakdown. I was like, there's nothing that should come off fishy in this. And it comes off fishy. It's not inky. It's fishy. I don't know what it is. And even my wife said, yeah, that's fishy. I don't know why it was on my skin. And believe me, it wasn't like I smelled or anything. I just took a shower. But it was definitely fishy. ATH Daddy is my favorite from him. It's such an addictive night out scent for me. I did not try that one. So I have no idea. I find it average at best for gentle fluidity. So yeah, I didn't hate it, but it did come off a bit fishy. And some fragrances do that. I'm very sensitive to the aquatic notes. Dang, sucks that GF. Yeah, I get a brisk juniper and spicy musky scent, like a high quality niche version of Bulgari glacial essence, which also gives me a fishy smell. And and everybody asks me, how does that give you? I don't know. There must be something in it that just does that to me, and it does. Glacial essence. If you go back to my video, I said it's nice, but there's something about it, and that's what it was. I actually wore it like 4 or 5 days ago, and I was like, "Yep, I can't wear that. It just has some kind of weird fishy scent." Layer it with the gold though. I don't know anything about the gold. Makes it slightly above average, but not worth buying both. Well, hopefully the gold's better than the silver for me. I guess Mo's leaving. Have a great live, dude. I'm stuck at work. I figured you were busy today. You weren't answering quick enough. Mo sent me a package of these bottles, Armani Code, Bahara Blue, a bunch of other ones, and it came, and literally the Bahara Blue, it looked like somebody took a samurai sword and cut the bottle in half. I mean, all of them were wrecked except for the Code had scratches on it, but they must have shaken that box. It was bad. List them on your community page first. Yeah, I do. Austin, anytime that I sell fragrances, you guys always, and I mean always, get first dibs. Oh, I heard Rabanne is going to make Invictus Aqua 2024 available in the US on August 1st for whoever cares. I care. I haven't tried it yet. So I obviously fucking care because Newt hasn't sent it. I'm just kidding, dude. I'm kidding. I actually thought about that earlier because somebody asked me about the Coastal Breeze, the clone of Pacific Chill, and I was wearing Pacific Chill today, and I was thinking, I was like, oh wait, I think Newt was gonna send that one. Maybe too much juniper and white musk turns into a fish. Maybe that might be what it is. I honestly have no idea. And you would think as a fragrance reviewer I could. It's just those fragrances confuse the hell out of me because I even tried to look at the notes to figure it out. Speaking of weird reaction to frags, I had to sell Greenlee because it woke me up in the middle of the night with the strongest synthetic oak moss ISOE super smell. That's not good. If a fragrance wakes you up in the middle of the night, that's why I like to wear my calming, sweeter fragrances to bed. Either that or YSL YEDT. All right, so let me just make sure. I think we had one more or a few more. Pacific Chill yesterday. Yeah, they're both great fragrances. I get the same from Greenlee's. Yep, oak moss. I love Greenlee. I like Greenlee. I don't love Greenlee is what I meant to say. All right, so since I have the 1 million Prive in front of me, I'm going to start with the Milano Prive just to get that out of the way. I have already tried and worn through like 4 bottles of 1 million Prive, so I am not going to spray that on to compare because I know very, very well what that smells like. We're going to see if this is yeah, that smells like it. Oh, that's good. All right. So if you want to know what 1 million Prive smells like and you don't want to pay the eBay prices, this one doesn't get it exact, but it is, you can tell what 1 million Prive would have smelled like. This has a bit more of this kind of semi-freshness to it that the 1 million Prive did not have. The 1 million Prive was more ambery, resinous, and it was almost like a cinnamon cider with amber. This one has that, but it's a bit lighter and semi-fresh. It has a slight freshness to it. But yeah, it's a good interpretation. I would still say it's about 75 to 80% 1 million Prive. You can definitely notice the cinnamon. It almost smells like this one has a bit of apple in it. But it's a good synthetic interpretation. It's not perfect. It's not one of the better clones. Not something that I would buy a bottle of, so I'm happy that Mo sent it. But if you don't want to pay the 1 million Prive prices, this one will definitely get you there. I would probably give it just based on this opening. It doesn't seem like most clones don't change too drastically. I would say that this would probably be like an 8, because it's one of my favorite fragrances of designer fragrances of all time. It does it nice. It doesn't do it great. It does it nice. And so if you're looking for that type of DNA, it definitely does that. It smells like, I know other clones of this style of DNA come off smelling like Angel Share or Wajan or something. This Smells like 1 Million Prive, just with a twist. Like I said, almost like a little bit of apple or woods or something. It's almost like if you took 1 Million Prive and mixed it with Boss Bottled. That's pretty much what that smells like. I just saw it. Oh, I didn't even wear it to bed 16 hours. Goodness gracious. Some of those PDMs have a crazy persistent bases. Yeah, I do agree with that. I had Perseus on my arm the one time, and the base was there like 10 hours later, and it was very persistent. That's a perfect word to use. But what's going on, TLTG, aka Ross? How you doing, my dude? Not sure if I had to start my live, so I'm not sure if you saw my last comment. My news parfums package. I know you guys probably saw my community post. I have the new Abbot Rouge Parfum, Kenzo Homme Santal Marin, and I honestly, Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Lover. Thanks, Ross. You were the one who put me onto that one. I have those coming your way, and they'll be here Wednesday, so then I'll send the decants out to you after with the creeds. Are you doing a cardio session, Ross? I don't do evening cardio anymore. You guys just have your conversation. I'm getting into the next one. I don't have that long of a live tonight, so we're gonna try Curly Fragrance's fragrance. I know nothing about this fragrance outside of the fact that someone said it smelled like Spice Bomb Extreme and that everybody said it wasn't worth the price. I don't know. I wasn't paying that kind of money for anything that smelled anywhere near Spice Bomb Extreme. And honestly, I won't spend that unless I love a fragrance, so I needed a decant first anyway. So this is called Attraction Fatale, and it's a blend with, it's a collab with Curly Fragrances and Ryziger. It doesn't smell like Spice Bomb Extreme. It is spicy, and it has rose in it. I'm sensitive to rose, so I can definitely pick up the rose right away. But a little boozy, slight woody tone, a little bit green, rosy. Then there's this kind of like weird undertone to it. Oh, before I smell this and start talking more about it, why don't you guys sit back and get your balls into a good position? I fucking hate when she says that. It's not worth the money. I can see that this smells like something that you would find from, I mean, it doesn't smell bad. It just smells like something you would find from like Paris Corner or something like that. That's kind of like an interpretation of something else. It's very woody rose, but it has this kind of harsh spiciness behind it. Whoops. I left the comment on the screen. What do you want me to say? You want me to get your balls in a good position, huh, John C? I can't do her accent. She has some kind of like twang, almost like in America, how we have like, I'm gonna take a quote from The Office, where you have that Louisiana with the molasses in your mouth. She has this like European accent, like British accent, but it has a little twang to it. I can't do it. Yeah, it's okay. Definitely spicy, some kind of like nutmeg. Maybe a little bit of clove and cinnamon. But it's like background nuanced on with this woody rose on top and a slight bit of vanilla and booze. It's okay. I wouldn't pay more than $50 for that fragrance. I'm sorry, Curly, even though I know you don't watch my videos. I mean, who am I? But what the hell were you thinking? It doesn't smell bad. It's just, I mean, it's a nice fragrance. It's just, there's other fragrances out there that I've smelled that do something similar. Like, I keep getting in my head, what's that, Halfeti Cedar? I keep getting that in my head where it's like kind of nice, but at the same time, with the Halfeti Cedar, it's just like way, way better. This has a woody tone and a spice to it that kind of reminds me of the style of fragrance that is. Doesn't smell like it, but just like the type of, so Jeff just put the notes in here. I didn't have them. It's a amber floral fragrance. The nose behind it is Christian Carbonell. The top notes are rum, neroli, mandarin. I didn't really get much of the neroli or mandarin, but I did get the rum. Rose, jasmine, and nutmeg. There we go. Rose and nutmeg. Black pepper, and the notes are amber, cedar, vanilla, musk, and sandalwood. Well, yeah. If I would have said I would have said some kind of berry. It has like this kind of almost berry smell, but it definitely has a lot of that cedar, a little bit of the rose and boozy tones to it. Definitely some spice, but it's a little bit of a harsher spice. It's nothing great. I mean, it smells okay. It's not even close to worth that price, though. I mean, it's 200 and some dollars, yeah, Austin. Um, it's just no. I could see this being released by like I said, like an indie brand. It has that feel to it, like an indie-ish brand, but sold at like an easy price of like 100 to maybe 125 to 150. I could see it being a good seller at that price point. But 250, no, and even at that price point of 100, 150, it is not something that I would buy. It's high, it definitely smells higher quality outside of that kind of harsher spice in the background, but it's definitely nice for sure. It's just not anything that is blowing me away, which is pretty much what I've heard. It's just I do not get. I mean, I'm going to come back to it because I want to see what the hell people are talking about with that dry down. I really don't know what they're talking about with that dry down. They said that it smelled like Spice Bomb Extreme. That's what I kept hearing. And that's the only thing that I heard. And I heard it from like a lot of people. So I don't get Spice Bomb Extreme from this at all. It's hard to say how much is a cash grab versus reasonably priced relative to the amount of money she had to pour into getting every developed and launched. No, I completely I can understand what you're saying, but for it to be technically like her first huge fragrance, big release, I think that the price point, and I understand, but behind the scenes, $250, you could use some of the high. I mean, for instance, let's put this in perspective. Like Zaharoff, he looks for the best oils around the world through Mon and like highest quality and stuff like, and he still sells at a reasonable price. And he has some of the nicest bottles, placards that you could possibly get with a bottle. This bottle doesn't look anything crazy. From what I've seen, the atomizer is just average. So with that said, the amount of money they put in, I don't think is comparable to what they're selling it for. I think they're trying to sell based on her name. That's just my opinion. Sweden here, but why am I always drunk when you say you were drunk last time? Just keep doing it. I'm gonna keep going live at the same time you get drunk. We're gonna have some fun, and I love your name. So, and I don't know why I love your name, Glow Boy Glow. I mean, I don't know why I love it. I think it's because the first time that you said something in here, you said Sweden here. I'm drunk. I was just like, all right, cool. You're a good dude. What's going on, Jared? Must be talking about Curly's fragrance. You are right on that one. Alfie, I appreciate it. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through the comments real quick. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Puppet Master, yeah, I was reading some comments while I was looking. All right, there we go. The name is established fan base. Definitely helps to support a higher price point. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all about her fan base, and so she probably did sell well. It's not going to sell to me, and I don't think she gives a shit. So that's just my opinion. I'm hoping that she does some kind of like 50% off or something. Like Jeremy Fragrance, he released it at a high price point, knowing that right off the bat, people who were his fanboys were going to fangirls, whatever, were going to buy his fragrances. And then once that hype wore down, he was smart enough to know, hey, I'll give you some deals where you buy one, get two 50% off, or buy two, get one free. And then he was doing 50% off the whole site. So at least he was smart enough about that. Well, I mean, they were super overpriced. And then all of a sudden, every one of those fragrances. You can get all like 3 of the 4 fragrances he had for like under $200. So I mean, it's definitely a smart, and I hope that they do it, but it doesn't seem like they're going down that route. Can you do a review comparison of Silver Mountain Water and Bond Number 9 Hamptons? Well, Silver Mountain Water I have, but Hampton I don't have. So if I get a decant of that at some point in time, Alfie, I will. You would have to remind me, but if you see me do a review of Hamptons, it will be on a live stream. So just follow my live streams. I'll probably do it here. And I am diving more into Bond lately. So if I end up, I will end up coming across that. And if I remember, I will. So yeah. Ryziger is her brand. She invested and paid for everything from the ground up. To me, it's better off skin, but it does benefit from sitting and aging. Yeah, it's just I don't like rose, and to me the rose was prominent in the opening. It is dying down a bit, and it's not a bad fragrance. It's just you're coming across levels of the price range of something like a Roja, getting close to Louis Vuitton levels, like as far as price range. And I just think she priced herself out of competition. That's just my opinion, and I apparently it's not just my opinion, but hey, it is what it is. Now we're going to talk about Summer Hammer. I'm already wearing that on my skin right now. I sprayed it 25 minutes before my live stream, and I love it. I was very interested going into this one. This is Lorenzo PAZZAGLIA, and it's Summer Hammer, and I was very interested going into this fragrance because I've tried 2 other ones from the house of Lorenzo PAZZAGLIA, and I did not like them. I didn't think they were horrible. I just thought that they were kind of like synthetic and boring. But this one, it starts out with this kind of like mango pineapple mixture that sets itself apart from the other mango fragrances and pineapple fragrances that have been out, because there's like a boozy tone underneath it. It's not like a prominent rum or a prominent whiskey or anything like that. I don't know the notes to it. It smells like a nice tropical fragrance that is kind of like a tropical mixed drink. And that's what sets it itself apart from like the Lamari Portholes, the God of Fires, is because it has this kind of like ambery booziness that is mixed in while still being fresh. And so that's what I really enjoy about it. If you like tropical fragrances, it almost smells like there's a tinge of cherry in this. And I don't think there is. It kind of reminds me of that. The way that the mango and pineapple is mixing together with the booze, it reminds me of a tropical mixed drink with a cherry on it. It's just what I get from it. And there might be a little bit of cherry oil in here, but it has a little bit of a fresh amber. Definitely a slight bit musky, but overall, Summer Hammer is fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's probably like an 8.5 to an 8.8 for me. It's not reaching the heights of Lamari Porthole. It's just I'm in love with Porthole. As soon as I smelled that, I was like, I need to buy that bottle immediately. I don't care the price. This one, I already knew the price, and it's not even that expensive. It's like $150 on retail, maybe a little bit less or a little bit more. I think it was like $139 last I checked. With that said, I'm buying a bottle of it. Will I buy a bottle of it this summer? I don't know. The summer's almost over. My daughter's going back to school next month, so I think it's a little bit too late in the summer to start buying tropical fragrances. With that said, this is going on. I told you guys I have a list, and my list is everything that I need to pick up for each season. And so right now I am starting my 2025 pickups. And so I will write this down to pick up in the spring of next year so I can have it for summer. It's a fantastic fragrance. It dries down and it has almost a slight ambery vanillic tone mixed together with that tropical fruitiness, but it is pretty linear across the board. I don't know how long it lasts or anything like that, and I'm not a big carer of the longevity, especially with tropical fragrances. But yeah, Summer Hammer, I can see why people really enjoy this fragrance. Very nice mango, pineapple, boozy, ambery, coconut. It's very nice. If you like coconut, if you like ambery fragrances that have that tropical tone, then you're gonna really like it. It's tropical, fruity, amber coconut. That's what it is. Oh, I was trying to put a cap on top of something that I already had a cap on it. Whoops. Anyway, somebody asked a question that I thought was interesting. This wasn't the one, but still interesting. I haven't tried any from Bond. I heard too many things about being super cheap smelling for the price. Well, Austin, I do recommend, there's 2 fragrances I would recommend that you try. The first one is their re-released. This is Bond number 9 New Harlem. If you like gourmand fragrances, it smells kind of like pancakes and waffles. But it's a very, very good fragrance, and you can get a bottle of this for 160-ish bucks. But that one, and then Scent of Peace is another one that I tried that is kind of down their route of their Aventus style fragrance, if you like that style. For me, I'm bored by that style of fragrance, but it's their version. It doesn't smell really like Aventus. It's a little bit cleaner and crisper to me, but yeah, it's that. Those are 2 ones that I would start out the brand with. I was let down by the one that I tried last week. I can't remember. And Bleecker Street also let me down. I don't know. I just didn't like Bleecker Street too much. She's nothing like her online personality. Yeah, I mean, she probably isn't. I bet Jeremy's nothing like that from what I heard either. If you see me, my brain instantly filled with, watch how you speak to me. Dude, what's your opinion on Soleil Blanc by Tom Ford? So, Puppet Master, I don't want to knock this over, so hopefully I can grab it. It's the last one on the top. Soleil Blanc is not one of my favorites from the house. It's a bit too floral. With that said, I find it a bit more feminine. So it's a nicer fragrance if you like florals, but a little bit leaning feminine. Actually, a little bit more leaning feminine than this one. This is my favorite from the Soleil line. This is Soleil Neige. I think it's the most hidden gem from the entire Tom Ford line. It basically takes that Soleil Blanc DNA and it makes it more creamy, suntan lotion, ambery, sandalwood. It has a vanillic tone to it, so it has this kind of like, again, like creamy, almost, it's not coconut, but it has like a creamy coconutty feel of that Soleil Blanc DNA. Well, it still starts out with that white floral. It starts to dry really quickly into this kind of ambery suntan lotion-esque high quality fragrance, and I really enjoy it. But Soleil Blanc is not something that I'm a huge fan of personally, but Soleil Neige is a good one for me. What's up, IBG? How you doing, man? You're welcome. I usually do them every Monday. It's just lately I've had some family issues, so I couldn't. I need that Summer Hammer. Yeah, it's a good one. Definitely a really nice fragrance. Ordered samples of Creed Centaurus and Aaron Terrence Hughes' Home by Scent Rush. He's a good guy. I talked to him, the owner of Scent Rush. So the way that it came about, my moderator Newt has ordered off of him a bunch of times. So I reached out and I said, hey, I need to purchase this. Do you have a 4.5 or do you have a 5 milliliter instead of a 2 milliliter? He made me up a 4.5 milliliter. I bought it off him, and then he called me and we talked. Him and his son run the business, and he is a friend that works with Creed or for Creed or something, but he's a really good guy. He just got Centaurus in today, so if you guys are interested in a decant of Creed Centaurus, go to scentrush.us. They have them in today, $16 for a 2 milliliter, I think it is. You have any favorite men's celebrity fragrances? I'm trying to think. I can't even think of celebrity fragrances. I mean, obviously there's the old ones like the 50 Cent and Cristiano Ronaldo, which Cristiano Ronaldo, the CR7 is actually not that bad. I remember Usher and but I can't think of any other celebrity fragrances. Tony Iommi Monkey Special. That's a celebrity one. I don't love that fragrance, but I like it a lot more than the rest of the celebrity fragrances that I'm thinking about. Sean John 3 a.m. or is that right? Yeah, I'm gonna say that one. That's my favorite celebrity fragrance. 3 a.m. I think it's a celebrity fragrance, so I'm gonna go with that one. It's Sean John 3 a.m. and that's that's P Diddy, and even though P Diddy has his things going on right now, I'm gonna go with that one. Yeah, it's a boozy undertone, so it just kind of has that kind of like pina colada style vibe with like that booziness underneath it, but it has mango on top, which makes it almost like a juicy, fruity, boozy tone. It's very very nice actually. No, I want Summer Hammer. Summer Hammer was my number one. Why did I talk like a baby? I said Summer Hammer is my number one topical. What? It just my brain had a fart. Dedrick says about Summer Hammer, can't touch this. Oh, is he gonna? Did he want to do one of those? He's wearing those shorts and he's going. You know what I mean? Him and his short shorts going around. Which of the two Roja Elysium fragrances would you say is best? Well, Freddie, whenever it comes to the Rojas, the Parfum 99.9% of the time is better than the original because all they really do with the Parfums is they make it more refined, smoother, and longer lasting. So the Parfum is the better one. Roja Elysium Parfum is the better one. Vetiver Parfum is the better one. For the most part, the Parfums across the board are just the better version. That's all they really aimed to do is just to release a more refined, smoother, higher quality, if it could even get to their version of that DNA. And that's exactly what they did with Elysium Parfum. So you can't go wrong with either one, but the Parfum is better. Didrik and Summer Hammer versus Randy and Porthole. Actually, King Elias, Dedrick was right on there with me with Porthole because Ross sent it to me, and if Ross is still in the chat, he can attest, or anybody who was there for that live stream. Ross sent me and Dedrick for our swap Porthole, and at the exact same time, we both went, "Whoa, that's a 9." So Dedrick feels the same way about Porthole as I do. And from what I understand about him and Summer Hammer is he really likes Summer Hammer, but I'm pretty sure he rated that a 9 as well. So I'm going to say that he likes them both the same. I'm not 100% sure on that, though. I'm waiting for your Kajal Aican reaction. You mean Rabsy. You mean Randy. Lafayette Street is what I was talking about. Summer Hammer versus Aican. Fuck. All right, so I knocked BDK Citrus Riviera onto the table. Hopefully I can find it by the end of the live. But Kajal Aican, we'll just do that now. For Sandy, we'll do that now. I will give you a little bit of a teaser. This leaked in the bag so I could smell it. It was in that thing that Mo sent me, and this one leaked, so I knew what it smelled like. And unlike Summer Hammer, which is pineapple and mango with booze, this is passion fruit and pineapple. But it smells like juicy fruit gum mixed together with jasmine. It has a little bit of musk in there. They are both freaking amazing fragrances. If there are two tropical fragrances out there right now, if I was to buy two right now and you had to, my hands were tied. I have tried about 30 freaking tropical fragrances this year, and I already have Porthole, so we're putting that aside. If there was two tropical fragrances that I would buy this year just based on smelling the openings, it would be Summer Hammer and Aican. Do they do the same thing? No, but at the same time, yeah, they're tropical fragrance, so they're going to be worn in the same situations. They're going to be worn for the same. They're probably going to last the same amount of time. They smell in that same realm of style of fragrance that you like. I mean, you're looking at a fruity, musky fragrance that is tropical, and so the only difference is that Aican has the passion fruit and jasmine, and it's a bit woody and musky, while Summer Hammer has that kind of boozy, ambery tone underneath it, and it's mango. So you just make your decision. If you want to buy one, I'm gonna say Summer Hammer is probably the way to go. But let's test them right now. Hold on. All right. So I'm not looking to see which one is which. Is that one? Summer Hammer is the winner out of the two. The reason is because Summer Hammer, the tropical fruity tone, it lasts longer. It also, I like that deeper ambery tone with the slight boozy tone underneath it. And the Aican, while it is very, very nice, it has that white floral that pulls in. And so if I'm going to choose a fragrance that has more of a richness to it and a little bit of booze or white floral, it's going to be a rich, boozy fragrance 100 out of 100 times most of the time. The only like one that might be a difference would be the Soleil Neige. But for the most part, I would say Summer Hammer is a 9, while an Aican is probably an 8.8. I think they're both fantastic fragrances. I think that if you're a collector, you can't go wrong buying either of these. And the passion fruit in Aican does not smell like the passion fruit that you get in Porthole. All three of them have their own unique qualities to a tropical fragrance. So I think they smell fantastic. I think they smell great, and no one's going to convince me otherwise. I think that, again, Summer Hammer beats out Aican just a smidge. It's just the style of fragrance I like a bit better. Soleil Neige, 100%. Yeah, buddy. I picked up Aican 2 weeks ago, and it's one of my scents of the year. Summer Hammer is a little bit better, but Sandy, I can see why you might like Aican better than Summer Hammer. Like I said, you have to make your choice. Do you want to have a little bit of the white floral mixed in, or do you want to have that slight booze and fresh amber mixed in? You have to decide which one you like better, and also, do you like mango or passion fruit better? For me, I like mango a little bit better than passion fruit. So to me, that fragrance is better, but to you, Aican might be a bit better than Summer Hammer. So, but I think that you'll like Summer Hammer if you haven't tried it. I haven't smelled Porthole. It's difficult to get in the UK. That's really surprising to me. I bought my brother a bottle of Usher He. Speaking of He, Emporio Armani is re-releasing yet another version of Emporio Armani He and She. I mean, it's like the third time they've done this. It's getting a little bit ridiculous. What's up, Kara? How are you? I saw you change your name to Kara Sparks the Coconut Girl. As soon as you wrote that, I just was like, I guess she really likes coconut. Hoochie Daddy Short, that's what it is. I want Summer Hammer badly. Yeah, Hoochie, I was trying to think of the name, and then I kind of just made myself sound stupid. The Hoochie, now I know where I'm at in the chat. Hoochie Daddy Shorts, watch how you speak to me. He said it to me in a live like 6 times. I just completely forgot. What's going on, D's? How you doing? 2 of my favorite girls in the fragrance community just popped in. I'm happy. This is a good day. He said he likes Summer Hammer better. Yeah. Not much. I like them both. It's just Summer Hammer, the tropical fruits stay a little bit longer, while in Aican, the jasmine pulls up very quickly. I have to wear them both on skin, and I will do a comparison video once I do. It's just right now, I already have Louis Vuitton Pacific Chill on my skin, so I am not ruining that. I love Pacific Chill. Pacific Chill is better than all of these fragrances. In my opinion, honestly. Underrated from Wilhelm. I like their fragrance, Poets of Berlin. It's like a blueberry cake. If you like a blueberry fragrance, it smells like a blueberry sponge cake or something like that. It's actually pretty good. Like a blueberry pie, maybe. Sangria is great as well. You gotta like patchouli. That was one that I was very interested in. And I'm surprised that you're saying patchouli, because I was expecting it to smell fruity like a sangria. But I guess it doesn't. Have you tried the new Guerlain Lune Ideal Parfum? If so, is it different enough from the OG worth the purchase? So it actually smells more like the Extreme mixed together with the EDP, and it's not as good, and it doesn't last that long. So yes, I've tried a decant. I got it in with my purchase from Fragrance Buy, and I tried it out, or was it News Parfums? I can't remember. But I tried it out, and I was just like, That's okay. It smells like extreme mixed together with like the almond and the tonka and a little bit of like a cherry tone. Um, but it doesn't come close to beating the Intense. It doesn't come close to beating the Extreme. It smells good, but it doesn't last for shit. And I usually don't care about that, but with a brand new L'Homme Medial Parfum for that price, I wasn't about to pay that. But it's good fragrance to add to the collection, but it doesn't smell unique. It kind of just smells like they mixed together a few of the other ones and then just didn't do it correctly as far as like the like performance. How similar is Invictus Parfum to Legend? Because I love the marine salty bubblegum smell of Legend. It's kind of like a mix between that and then the aquatic tones from Aqua. It kind of just smells like if you mix together all of the Invictuses into one bottle and made it soapy. So make Legend soapy, and then that's what you have with Invictus Parfum. It's a soapier version of that style of fragrance. I'm not getting Invictus Parfum because to me it just doesn't do anything. It's the best version from the line, but I've never really been a huge Invictus fan. But I am picking. If that is true, the person said that Invictus Aqua 2024 is coming to the States on August 21st or August 1st. I'm definitely gonna pick that up. Um, Angry Tomato, how you doing, man? It's funny. I saw you in the live stream earlier, and I was watching something on YouTube, and someone was like, Tom Ato, and then all of a sudden I saw you on the live stream. I was like, what the hell's the chances of that? But welcome to the live stream, man. I appreciate you being here. Scent of the day is Valiant from BTV. Great, awesome. Happy to have you here, man. Pacific Chill is awesome. Only one from LV I own. Me too. Twinsies on that one. We have good taste because honestly, the rest of the line, outside of maybe Imagination, aren't really worth a purchase. I mean, Afternoon Swim is good, but there's clones out there that do it so good that you don't even need it. And I'm not even a big clone guy. But Pacific Chill is just where it's at. And I do have a couple clones over there that I want to try. Speaking of Pacific Chill, but haven't got to them yet. What are your thoughts on Oud Maracuja? I've heard of it. I haven't smelled it, Gian. I'm not even sure who that's from. I've heard it a bunch of times. It's fruit chili. Oh, so it is sangria. So I get it. I was picturing like a darker fruity citrus from that, but I mean, if you like it, I like patchouli. Some of my favorite fragrances this year, like the Boss Bottle Triumph Elixir, that was patchouli. So the Mugler Amen Ultimate or Amen Phantasm, chocolate patchouli. I should be getting a decant of Pacific Chill tomorrow, along with Lamensity, Initio Side Effect, and Montebaco Verna. So Lamensity was a letdown for me. Initio Side Effect is one of my favorite niche fragrances of all time, and Montebaco Verna is actually pretty nice. But out of those two, my favorite are Pacific Chill and Initio Side Effect. Which Hugo Boss fragrance can you recommend? Well, it depends on what stage of your evolution in fragrances you're at. Orange, because honestly, you can get the original Hugo Boss, and while it doesn't last that long, it's like 4 to 5 hours. That is my wife's like ultimate fragrance. I've been wearing that since I was like little, and it still lasts to this day, and it layers really well with fragrances with amber or cinnamon. So that's a really nice, easy purchase. The brand new one that came out this year, if you want something more unique and eclectic and you're a little bit further in the fragrance community, Boss Bottled Elixir or Triumph Elixir. If you want one that's a little bit more toned down and a little bit sweeter and more wearable, Triumph Elixir is the way to go. Or you could go with the smokier version of that patchouli, which is the Elixir. Those are top tier fragrances. If you're looking for more of like an everyday wear or a night out one, you could go with Boss Bottled Infinite is a nice night out one that has a nice violet in it and a little bit of sweetness. You could go on eBay and get Boss Bottled EDP Intense, which is the best one from the line. Or you could go with like the Boss Bottled EDP, but for the most part, I would say stick with the original Boss Bottled or Infinite, or go with the brand Triumph Elixir or Elixir. If you need to rewind that, go ahead. But yeah, it's up to you. Randy, I'm holding off ordering Abbey Rouge Parfum until you review it. Sandy, it'll be here Wednesday. So on Wednesday, I will have that, and then I'll let you know for sure. I've heard mixed reviews on it. I've heard it was great. I've heard it was bad. I've heard it was super gourmand, and I heard it wasn't gourmand at all. So I have no idea what the hell's going on. I ordered that fragrance because somebody told me it was like super gourmand, one of the best of the year, and then I ordered it, and then the next day someone's like, it ain't gourmand at all. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Mason Crivelli. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that. I knew it was Mason something. I just wasn't 100% sure. But Oud Maracuja, I've heard that a bunch of times. I like the name. Maracuja just sounds cool. But no, I have not tried that yet. Sounds like a green flag for me since it's been one of my 3 favorites recently with a Guerlain cologne. No one really talks about that anymore. Are you talking about Guerlain L'Homme Ideal cologne? If you're talking about the L'Homme Ideal cologne, the reason they don't talk about that anymore is because L'Homme Ideal Platine Privé was released and the cologne was discontinued. If that's what you're talking about, the cologne was discontinued, Cole was discontinued, and they brought out Platine Privé, which is basically. I saw something in the mirror. I was like, I think my lips are dry or something, but it wasn't. It's basically L'Homme Ideal cologne with this kind of sweet tart fruitiness on top. So that's why a lot of people aren't talking about it. Well, I do love the cologne. Platine Privé is kind of like its twin with a fruity top. Boss Bottle Tonic is nice. Yeah, it's a very nice fragrance. I'm the biggest hype puppet master. I'm a hype master for Boss Bottled. I always have been. I have liked almost every single Boss Bottle that has ever been released outside of Boss Bottled Oud. I didn't like that fragrance. It smelled like a rotten log to me. But I've never been a big fan of designer-ish ouds. But Boss Bottled Oud and Boss Bottled Unlimited United. Boss Bottled United. The one that was with Manchester United. Those are the 2 worst Boss Bottles. Outside of that, every other Boss Bottled is super wearable. Even Boss Bottled Night is a very nice one. Boss Bottled EDP, Boss Bottled EDP Intense, Boss Bottled the Original. And all of them are really good. Even the one that came out last year, Pacific, or the one the year before that I love. It's one of my favorite fragrances from 2022, Boss Bottled Marine. All of those fragrances are really nice. I think that Boss has killed it for a long time. People just hate on it. I don't know why. Oud Maracuja is legendary to me. Passion fruit and oud. Lovely dark scent. Reminds me of Ombre Nomade from... Oh, don't say that. Don't say Ombre Nomade from Louis Vuitton. I hate Ombre Nomade from Louis Vuitton. It's so strong. It fills up a room in like a half a second. I was excited about the Oud Maracuja until you said Ombre Nomade. Ombre Nomade really throws me away to not even want to try Oud Maracuja. Any updates on Allure Homme Super Leggera comparisons? So, Freddie, it's released. From what I don't know, nobody knows any information. Same with Versace Eros Energy. The only information we know is that Super Leggera is released in duty-free stores right now. Will it ever make it to the United States as a worldwide release? Nobody has any idea, because the only information that we got prior to that information was that 2 Chanel boutiques said that they never heard of it, and that was in the United States. So it could be a duty-free only fragrance. It could be a fragrance that is only released on the Chanel website. Like, it could be like an Edition Blanche, where you can't find it anywhere but boutiques, duty-free stores, and online. It might be that. Or it could be a worldwide release, and you might see it in Macy's in a month. Who knows? I honestly have no idea. I've been looking almost every single day, and no updates at this point in time, outside of the fact that it is on the European website, and that is it. Duty-free stores as well, but not every duty-free store, because I had 3 people last week that told me they went to duty-free stores, both in London, United States, and Puerto Rico, and every one of them said they couldn't find Super Leggera. So yeah. Speaking of, I heard about that too, the Maracuja. It's an upgraded version of Ombre. Yeah, I won't like it. I hated Ombre Nomade. I hated the clones of Ombre Nomade. I hated Ombre Nomade altogether. It's too damn strong. I'm not a huge fan of it. What's up, Chris? Yeah, speaking of Eros Energy, Apparently, it's being released in August. That's the only information that we have, is that apparently it's being released in August. I heard August. So, whenever I first heard of this 3 months ago, some random ass person that I've never had a comment on my channel, he came to me and he said, I talked to the CEO of Versace. It's coming out on 8/6 or 8/8. And I was like, oh, fuck you. You're wrong, man. I was like, they wouldn't release the information 3 months ahead of time. It's looking like it. And it's definitely looking like it. So who the fuck knows? But Chris, thanks for joining. I appreciate you. Also, I finally tried YSL myself, and it reminds me of so many fragrances. But yeah, it's one of those fragrances. Like nowadays, 90% of the designers that are in the Macy's, like if they're of a certain realm of fragrances, they pretty much all smell the same. It's just like pick your favorite. That one, it has more orange blossom than the other styles of fragrances that are like it. And it's that candied citrus that's becoming a really popular thing. If we don't hear anything about Eros Energy at all in August, I'm just going to assume it's not a hoax, Patrick. I've seen somebody with a bottle. They did not let me share the picture. Somebody that I know in Germany had a bottle of it 2 months ago. I'm just not allowed to share the picture. Oud Maracuja is going to be a challenge for you, Randy. Okay. That's why I didn't pick up Oud Maracuja decant. I thought I heard of the name, and I thought somebody gave me a list of fragrances to pick a decant from, and I thought Oud Maracuja was on it, and then I looked up the notes, and that's why it reminded me of something. Is because I looked it up, and it had this rose oud mixture, and I was like, nope, not doing it. I do not like rose oud mixtures, never have, and it doesn't help that my wife is allergic to most roses. Oh, Citrus Riviera flew under the table, Newt. I need to find it. Angry Tomato, what is your favorite house if you have one? If we're going to go designers, I'm going to say YSL. The YSL Y line has always been my family's favorite. I mean, if I have to go designer, that's probably what it would be. I know it's a basic answer, but the YSL Y EDT is my most worn fragrance. I would say that or Zaro are probably my two favorites. And the YSL Y Le Parfum and the YSL Y Eau Fraiche and YSL Y Live, like all of them. But the rest of the lines, I'm not a huge fan of, like the L'Homme, and so I honestly don't know. It would either be like that or a Zaro with the Wanted by Nights, and it's not really per brand for me. It's like per line. There's specific lines that I really like, and for me, it's like the Azaro Wanted line outside of the first three, so it's like more down to the fragrance. If it comes to actual brands themselves, I would say my favorite brand, indie, is Coastal Carolina Parfums. Designer is Azaro or YSL, and niche is probably... I'm probably just going to have to go with the one that I have the most of, which is Parfums de Marly or Creed, which are tied at 6. So I would say Parfums de Marly or Creed. Very easy answers. I know it's not really an exciting answer to give you, but for me, I've always loved PDMs. I liked Sedley. Herod is probably my favorite niche fragrance. Leighton's always been nice. Percival's a very easy wear. So, again, Sedley's great. Even the Perseus that came out smells like other things, but it smells nice. All of their fragrances outside of one, I've always enjoyed. So I think PDM has the most to offer for me. And Creed has a really good offering too. And so as far as like the gentleman, if I want to be considered like, what's my favorite gentlemanly line? It would be Creed. I just smelled Bois de Portugal, and that fragrance is amazing. Royal Oud's amazing. So many good ones. Do you like La Nuit de l'Homme Le Parfum? I mean, that's my issue with YSL. That's why with YSL I like the Y line, but La Nuit de l'Homme just doesn't do anything to me. The L'Homme line doesn't really do anything to me. Outside of L'Homme Libre, L'Homme Cologne Blue, and L'Homme Ultime, La Nuit de l'Homme, even Blue Electrique, was way overhyped. That entire line is just, to me, outside of the original when it was first released. Not anymore, but when it was first released, La Nuit de l'Homme was good. But now it's just kind of like average for me. I mean, I could wear it. It's just not something I would choose. L'Homme, I like that a little bit more, but YSL line is a little bit better for me. Outside of the YSL line as R01, would you say Spice? Yep. I actually thought about that. That's probably my third one because they have infrared. Infrared EDP, night vision. Even the night vision EDT is not as bad as a lot of people make it out to be. The original Spice Bomb is nice. I don't like Extreme, but yeah, that's probably... I would say that or Boss or Lacoste. Lacoste. No, I would probably say Lacoste. Lacoste would probably be number 3 for me. Fantastic Sense. I heard you had a lot of fantastic sense over there. Stupid dad joke, don't worry. But I'm happy you're here, man. Let me find this Citrus Riviera. It went flying. I don't know where it went. Oh, I found the cap. Damn it. All right, so that's not it. I just want to make sure it's not still on the table. All right, what the fuck? All right, you guys like do something. Yeah! It was under the table. All right, we're good. Dude, look how tan I got. I'm like, I got burnt. I thought it was just the light shining on me, but no, I got burnt. All right. This is BDK Citrus Riviera. I was told that I needed to try this one out, and I'm going to spray this on my hand because it's hot outside, so why not? That's really nice. Lemony, zesty. Kind of smells like something. Has a little bit of kind of like an orangish nuance. Floral. Orange, lemon, floral. What does that smell like? It's a bit green, but it smells like a Tom Ford. I was thinking Neroli. When I said Neroli, I immediately thought Neroli Portofino, but that's not it. It's not exact. I smell it the other freaking day. I smell it the other day. It's Mandarin. Yeah. Thank you, Patrick. Mandarino de Amalfi. Oh. Mandarino de Amalfi. That's what this smells like. Not exactly. And I actually kind of like this better. Oh, this is beautiful. And it's probably a better price. It has like this kind of lemon neroli mixture. But on top of the lemon neroli mixture, you have this kind of almost like a watery orangish. So I'm guessing it's like green mandarin or some kind of mandarin, because there's a green tone. So maybe like either there's some kind of green tones mixed together with mandarin, or it's a green mandarin. But you put that on top of this kind of like florally lemon. Yeah, and just like Mandarino de Amalfi, it has this kind of watery nuance to it. Oh, I'm picking that up. That's really good. It's vibrant. It is citrus. It's zesty. It's floral, but not overly floral. So it's that neroli that's in there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I really enjoy this fragrance. It's dying off my skin quick though. And I told you I'm not a huge person to look into longevity issues and stuff. And the thing is I actually just put on a thick moisturizer. You guys can see my hand still probably has like a gleam from the moisturizer. But it seems like it's like dying down a bit quick, but which I have had issues with that with BDK. But yeah, that's really good. Citrus Riviera is 150 on Venba. Maybe I'm going to tell the owner, Kushik, send it to me. He owes me a bottle, so I'm going to have him send me that maybe. But I don't know if I want to use that bottle on Citrus Riviera. I can't believe I got a tester with a cap for Citrus Riviera for 96. Did you get that from Venba? I'm guessing, because I know he drops them down like 40 bucks or so. Random fragrance net find. Okay, so you already answered me. I get 6 hours, so maybe just a bit of anosmia going on because I've smelled a bunch of fragrances already. Yeah, that's good. Doesn't seem like it has. So again, it's like green but clean and musky underneath. This kind of like lemony neroli with a mandarin on top, and a little bit of like a watery nuance. It's a very, 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 very nice fragrance. I think that anybody who's looking for a nice citrus semi-floral fragrance, you're gonna get a good one from this. But I will talk about these two real quick since I did talk about them this week. We have Creed Centaurus. Creed Centaurus, I have now worn it. This fragrance lasts like 10 plus hours. It's a very, very, very nice fragrance. It smells like a really dry tobacco leaf on top of a gentlemanly niche version of Spice Bomb Infrared. So it doesn't smell like Spice Bomb Infrared. It just has that kind of cinnamon spice, but it has this gentlemanly nuance. It's almost like if you threw Spice Bomb Infrared on top of like Royal Oud or Blood of Portugal and then added a bunch of tobacco on top. It's spicy. It's a signature all year round scent that leans more towards the cooler weather because it does have this undertone freshness to it, but it's not really like a summer fragrance. I would say any season is good but summer. But spicy, it has that tobacco on top, a little bit woody. It is a fantastic, and I mean one of the best Creed fragrances in existence. I heard someone said in the last live stream that Centaurus smelled like Wajan. It's not even close to that. Wajan has that honey, ambery, resinous. It's real thick. This isn't anything like that. I mean, this is more of a thinner, dry fragrance that is more gentlemanly than anything, while Wajan is more like a cinnamon pie. Anyway, the next one is the Triple H Aventus Absolu. It's coming out in October. There's also apparently 5 other Creed fragrances coming out in the next 6 months, men and women, and most of them are unisex. I don't know the name outside of the Delphinus, but the Triple Aged Aventus Absolu, just basically what they did was they macerated it 3 times as long in-house to make it a little bit richer, a little bit warmer, a little bit denser, and then added a little bit of this kind of creamy vanillic tone in the dry down. That's the only difference. Is it a better fragrance than the original Aventus Absolu? Yeah, Absolu Aventus, it is. Is it much better? No. I told Jeff earlier I might spend, if I was like a Creed lover, I might spend like $50 more than the original price of the Aventus Absolu, which is $2.99 right now. But is it worth that? I don't know. Is it worth $350 if you already have the original? No. And they're redundant to own both. I mean, that should be a no-brainer that it's going to be a redundancy because it's just a triple aged batch. It does smell a little bit different, but for the most part, it's like 90% the same. Anyway, we're going to finish this last one, and then I am going to go for my run. Where is it? MFK? Where are you? That's Curly Fragrance's fragrance. That's not it. I have no idea, guys. I think I dropped it. I think that's the one that went under the table because I don't have it on the table here anywhere. I just have a computer, a cap, and yeah. Oh, it's the Nordstrom one. Where the hell did the Nordstrom one go? No, I'm not having you guys watch me look around a table for an hour. Oh, well, I'll do that on my next live stream. I had to get off anyway. I said I had to be here for an hour, and it was an hour and 13 minutes already. But let me just get through the rest of the comments, and then we'll finish it up. Give me one more second. Did I freeze? No. Okay, good. Any recommendations from M. Micallef? I get a small inclination from the house is overhyped, but just wanted to hear your take on the house. I've tried 3 from the house. I've tried Gin Tonic, which is nice, but the thing that it is compared to, which is Lacoste Blanc Eau Intense meets Lacoste Blanc Eau Fraiche. I like both of those fragrances better than the Gin Tonic. I think it's a nice, easy wear fragrance. Is it worth that price when you can buy the other 2 things I already said? I don't know. I don't think so. You would have to try that out. I think that one is probably the best or maybe second best from the house, depending on what you like. The next one that I tried was both Desire Toxic. So I tried the Desire Toxic and Desire Toxic Intense. And while the Desire Toxic is the better opening, the Intense, once it starts to dry after about 5 minutes, is definitely better than the original Desire Toxic. They both have a similar smell to that of kind of like Leighton-ish. But would you pay $200 for that or $175 for that? I don't think it's actually worth it. No, I don't think Desire Toxic and Desire Toxic Intense. I mean, there's other fragrances if you might already have in your collection that smell similar. Um, just go look at some reactions to what people were saying about it. And if you're saying that people were like hyping the house, I mean, they're wearable fragrances for sure. I mean, if I didn't have Leighton, if I didn't have other fragrances, I mean, I'll have to rewear them. I only have decants, but I have the Gin Tonic right there. Whoop, right there. And that's the one that I'm glad I bought it. I'll get some wears out of it next spring. Is it going to be something I'm going to be pulling over a lot of other fragrances? Probably not. And the reason why I won't buy Desire Toxic or the Intense is just because there's other things in my collection that smell similar that I just wouldn't wear. So yeah, I do agree it's a little bit overhyped for sure. Outside of that, I haven't heard anybody talking about anything else from the house. But not anything groundbreaking. There are other niche that I prefer over those. Okay, so you're talking about that as well. Um, I'm planning on getting Absolu Aventus. I just need to try the triple aged. Well, yeah, I'm gonna send you a little bit of that. Great stream wearing Narcotic Delight. Narcotic Delight is actually a nice fragrance. I still am not sure if I'm going to buy a full bottle of it because I already have a 10 milliliter. And I think based on how much I'm going to wear that fragrance, I'm probably not going to need a full bottle. It's like almost like a cherry side effect, and I like side effect better. But it's a nice fragrance. It's just, it doesn't come out to me to be like one of the better fragrances of the year. Um, Creed loves batches. They sure do. In my batch, if anybody cares, of the Triple H is F002655. Anyway, so I can't find the Gentle Fluidity Gold. I don't know where it went. I really have no fucking clue where it went. Like, it was here, and it wasn't one that I knocked off the table, so it must have fell before the live stream. Or, like, during the beginning of the live stream. Because I don't see it here anywhere. I must have just knocked it off the table. But yeah, I'll try that on my next live stream. And then it's something else. I mean, we already went through like 7 fragrances on this live anyway. But I'm just happy to be back. If you guys like this live stream, make sure to go watch my most recent video that I posted, which I can't remember what it is. I have a video tomorrow about the 2 new Zaharoffs that I picked up, which are Zaharoff Signature Noir and Signature Bloom. I'm going to be talking about those tomorrow, as well as doing a few other videos this week if you want to check those out. But I'm back for good, baby. No more shitting around. I'm not going to be taking some days off or anything. I was just having some family issues, as you guys know. So I appreciate you, everybody who joined into this live stream. I hope that you guys have a fantastic weekend or week. I don't know, my mind's all over the place. But yeah, hopefully you guys have a fantastic week. I got to work until Saturday, so it's going to be a long week ahead. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Thanks so much for coming.